Welcome to Walls and Wire. Today, we're talking about the biggest political shakeup expected before the end of the year.
Yeah, it really feels like more than just routine changes this time.
Definitely. What we're hearing suggests Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is gearing up for, well, possibly the most significant realignment since the unity government actually began.
Exactly. A cabinet reshuffle, maybe as soon as early December. And the stated goals are pretty clear.
Right, leaner cabinet, streamline things.
And crucially, really beefing up the economic team. That seems to be the absolute priority. The economy is, where the focus needs to be.
And that's why you should care, isn't it?
Well,
We're talking the ringgit, policy, trade.
it affects everything.
Who gets these jobs directly impacts, well, the cost of importing goods, maybe even your Nasi Lemak price next year. It feels like the administration's big play for confidence.
It really does. But, okay, before we dive into the whole economic structure stuff, we have to talk about the politics, the big political story here.
Ah, yes. The comeback everyone's whispering about. Khairy Jamaluddin.
The return of the prodigal son, you could say. I mean, it kind of defies simple party lines, doesn't it?
It really does. He was, expelled from the United Malays National Organization 2 years back, after all that internal stuff.
That's right. But the persistent rumor, and it's getting louder, is that his membership might be quietly restored. Just, before the reshuffle announcement.
And the job they're talking about,
Yeah.
Minister of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, taking over from Nick Nazmi.
That's the specific portfolio being mentioned, yeah? But like you said earlier, the job itself is almost secondary here.
It's the fact he's back.
Exactly. The politics of bringing him back into the fold, that's the main event. It's a significant move by the current leadership.
Seems like a massive gamble, though, for the prime minister. I mean, if this actually happened,
Oh, it's a gamble.
it's basically saying administrative talent, maybe experience matters more than strict party loyalty or, past grudges within the coalition.
Well, what's the potential payoff versus the risk?
The payoff is, I suppose, instant credibility in some circles. Carries a known quantity, experienced, appeals to moderates, maybe. People focused on competence.
Definitely. But the risk. Oh, the risk is alienating the hardliners, the very people in the United Malays National Organization who wanted him out.
Right. It kind of signals that PM can override even a partner party's internal decisions if he thinks it's necessary for the administration.
It's a real power move, potentially destabilizing for party relations, but shows where the PM's priorities might lie. Centralized authority, perhaps.
Suggests the need for, perceived efficiency is maybe overriding some internal political considerations.
And speaking of efficiency, that pragmatism really shines through in the rumored changes to the economic ministries. That's the real structural core of this reshuffle.
Okay, let's get into that. The big one seems to be merging the Ministry of Economy back into the Ministry of Finance.
Yes. That's the most significant administrative reform we're anticipating. It's a major shift designed to fix what some see as a coordination issue.
Okay, explain that problem. Because just merging ministries can sometimes sound like, shuffling deck chairs if you don't get the why.
Well, when you split finance, which handles the budget and debt, from economy, which does the long-term planning, sometimes you get fragmentation.
Different priorities.
Yeah,
Left hand not knowing what the right is doing.
something like that. Competing mandates, maybe budgets not fully aligned. The idea of merging them back is to recreate something like the old economic planning unit's power. Centralized control.
Okay, the Economic Planning Unit, for people listening who aren't deep into government structure, what does that practically mean? How does that help?
It means one authority overseeing both the money side, the spending, the budget, and the long-term strategy side. The EPU used to coordinate everything. Infrastructure, planning, funding allocations. It was powerful.
So bringing that function back under the Ministry of Finance roof means faster decisions, better coordination on things like debt and the ringgit.
That's the goal. A leaner, hopefully quicker response, especially with the currency being such a focus right now. Centralized power for economic management.
Right, so if you're making such a big structural change, the people leading it are key. Let's talk personnel shifts. Putrajaya Johari Abdul Ghani.
Johari Ghani, yeah. Currently plantation and commodities. The talk is he moves to Minister of Investment, Trade, and Industry, MITI.
That's a big one. Why him?
Well, he has that strong private sector background, financial know-how, seen as someone who could potentially drive foreign direct investment, which is always critical.
Okay. And the current MIT minister, Tengku Zafrul, he's a pretty major figure. You can't just sideline him, can you?
No, and the plan seems quite strategic there. The expectation is he transitions to a new role, senior economic advisor.
Inside the new merged finance and economy setup.
Exactly, keeping his expertise, his insights at a high level within that core economic team. That's the narrative anyway.
Okay. But let's be real. Going from a powerful minister role like MIT to senior advisor,
Yeah.
doesn't that sound a bit like a polite demotion? How do they sell that?
That's the tricky part, isn't it? The political communication.
Yeah.
The spin, if you like, is that it frees him up. Less daily admin, more focus on high-level strategy, capital markets, international stuff, using his specific experience without the operational burden of running a whole ministry.
So leveraging his expertise while making space for the new structure.
It's a balancing act, highly calculated politically and administratively.
This whole thing, the merger, Johari, Zafrul shifting, it really does scream efficiency and synergy. It's being called a well-planned reorganization.
That seems to be the core message they want to project. It's all about policy execution now.
The bottom line is tangible economic results, stabilizing the ringgit. Seems everything else, even tricky political appointments, is kind of secondary to that main goal right now.
That certainly appears to be the driving force behind this reshuffle.
Okay, so beyond the big economic moves, there's still the coalition management aspect. Keeping the unity government partners happy, ensuring continuity elsewhere.
Absolutely. Politics doesn't stop. There was that recent resignation, right? Datuk Iwan Benedict?
From the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives. So that spot's open.
And the name being floated there is Parti Kedalan Rakyat Vice President Ramana Krishnan. That appointment would help, shore up PKR's presence in the cabinet, keeps the balance.
And then there's the whole senator issue, extending terms for ministers who aren't elected MPs. That sounds technical, but it's actually pretty important politically, isn't it?
Oh, it's crucial for stability, especially in sensitive jobs. You need continuity.
So who are we talking about?
We expect extensions for Datuk Seri Zambriab Kadir at higher education, vital for skills and talent, and Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail, the Home Affairs Minister. You need stability there.
Security, immigration, yeah.
And also, Datuk Dr. Mohd Naim Mokhtar, handling religious affairs in the PM's department. Extending their terms ensures things keep running smoothly in those areas.
But doesn't keeping unelected senators in key cabinet posts raise questions? I mean, you could look at it two ways, couldn't you?
How so?
Well, does it show necessary stability, keeping experienced hands on deck? Or does it maybe suggest it's hard to find suitable elected MPs ready to step into those really demanding roles right now?
It's probably a bit of both, honestly. You definitely want to keep effective people if you have them, regardless of how they got into the cabinet. Policy continuity matters. But yeah, it likely also points to the constraints the PM has. He needs to pick from the elected pool, but also balance coalition demands, regional representation. It's not always easy to find the perfect fit who ticks all the boxes and is an MP.
That balancing act.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the last piece.
Yeah.
Bringing in some fresh faces, maybe some younger talent, and ensuring regional balance, too.
Yes, that's part of the narrative, too. Projecting dynamism, looking to the future. There are rumors about elevating younger figures, giving them more responsibility.
A nod to the next generation, but you also need that regional balance, especially with East Malaysia. That's always key here.
Non-negotiable for coalition harmony. Got to ensure Sabah and Sarawak feel represented.
Makes sense. And just quickly, any ripples expected at the state level? Say, Selangor, big economic hub.
Seems stable there. We're hearing Datuk Seri Amiruddin Shari is expected to stay on as Selangor Menteri Besar until 2026, so no big changes there mirroring the federal ones.
Okay, so when you put it all together, Khairy's potential return, the big economic restructure, managing the coalition, bringing in new people, what's the overall message here?
I think the message is that this isn't just cosmetic. It's not just shuffling names around. It's a calculated move.
Calculated to do what?
To really try and boost policy delivery, especially on the economy, and shore up political stability as they head into the middle part of their term. It feels strategic, not reactive.
Right. But ultimately, the success isn't going to be about who got which job next month, is it?
No, not at all.
It's about whether this redesigned economic team, built around that merged ministry, can actually steady the ringgit. Can it deliver real improvements that people feel in their pockets? That's the real test.
That's the only metric that will count in the long run for most Malaysians.
So what are you watching most closely? The huge political drama of Khairy coming back, or is it the nuts and bolts of that economic ministry merger?
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, curious to hear your thoughts.
Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.